Imagine waking up one morning and realizing the life you dreamed of is gone. Not taken by someone else, not stolen by bad luck. You gave it away, piece by piece, because you were too afraid to even try. That happened to a young man named Ethan. And if you're honest with yourself right now, it might be happening to you too.
Ethan was 27. He lived in a small apartment in a quiet American town, worked a safe job at a warehouse, loading boxes, clocking in, clocking out. Nothing exciting, nothing dangerous. He had dreams once, big ones. He wanted to start his own small repair shop for old motorcycles. He loved fixing things with his hands. The smell of oil, the sound of an engine coming back to life, that made him feel alive. But every time he thought about quitting his job, starting small, taking the risk, something stopped him. A voice in his head whispered, "What if you fail? What if you lose everything? What if people laugh? What if you're not good enough?" So he stayed quiet. He stayed safe. He told himself, maybe next year. Years passed like that. Friends moved on. Some started businesses. Some traveled. Some failed and tried again. Ethan watched from the side. His girlfriend left after 3 years. She said, "I can't wait forever for you to decide who you want to be." He felt the pain, but instead of moving, he buried it, worked extra shifts, watched TV late at night, scrolled on his phone until his eyes burned. The fear grew bigger inside him. It wasn't loud, it was quiet, heavy, like a shadow that followed him everywhere. He started avoiding mirrors, because when he looked, he didn't see the man he wanted to be. He saw someone who was still waiting, still hiding. His savings? Almost nothing. His skills? Rusty. His confidence? Gone. And every night, lying in bed, he felt time slipping away, like sand through fingers he was too scared to close.
One rainy autumn evening, Ethan walked home from work, soaked, tired. He passed an old abandoned garage on the edge of town. The place had been empty for years. Broken windows, weeds growing through cracks in the concrete. But tonight, something caught his eye. A single motorcycle stood under a torn tarp in the corner, rusty, forgotten, but still there. Ethan stopped. The rain pounded on the roof. He walked inside, pulled the tarp off. The bike was old, a classic he used to dream about fixing. He touched the handlebars, cold metal. Then he noticed something else, a small cracked mirror hanging on the wall, dirty. But when lightning flashed outside, he saw his reflection clearly for the first time in years. Wet hair, tired eyes, shoulders slumped. The man in the mirror looked back at him and didn't look away. In that moment, the fear didn't disappear, but it spoke. It said, "You've ignored me long enough. Look at what ignoring me has cost you." Ethan stood there in the dark garage, rain dripping from the ceiling, staring at himself. He didn't run. He didn't hide. He just stayed. And for the first time, he let the fear be there, without fighting it, without running from it.
Something broke open inside him. Not dramatically, quietly. He realized the fear wasn't trying to hurt him. It was trying to protect him. But its protection had become a prison. The real danger wasn't failing. The real danger was never starting, never knowing, never becoming. He whispered to himself in that empty garage, "If I keep doing this, I'll lose everything anyway, just slower." So he made a choice, not to become fearless, but to act even with the fear. He started small, very small, bought a few tools with his next paycheck, fixed that old bike in the abandoned garage after asking the owner if he could use the space. The owner said yes, surprised. Ethan worked nights, hands dirty, back sore, mind racing with doubt, but he didn't stop. Every time the fear whispered, "You're not good enough," he answered, "Maybe not yet, but I'm starting."
Fear doesn't go away when you succeed. It goes quiet when you stop letting it decide. The life you want isn't waiting on the other side of fear. It's hidden inside the fear itself. You don't defeat it by ignoring it. You defeat it by walking through it, one small, scary step at a time. Because the cost of ignoring fear isn't safety, it's regret. And regret is heavier than any failure.
Months later, Ethan opened the doors of his little repair shop. Not fancy, not big, just his. Customers came slowly. Some bikes he fixed beautifully. Some he messed up and fixed again. He failed sometimes. He learned. But he was no longer the man hiding from mirrors. He was the man who looked fear in the face and kept going anyway. If this story touched something inside you, if it reminded you of the fear you've been carrying, like the video, share it with someone who needs to hear it, and subscribe for more stories like this, stories that help you face what's inside and come out stronger. You're not alone in this. Take the first step, even if your hands shake, because the life on the other side is waiting.